The tailback behind him. The tailback behind him. On first down. Play fake. Going to go deep on the sideline on the first play. Incomplete. Intended for Amarian Walker. Guy they wanted to get involved more in the offense, and they tried on the first snap.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Have trouble throwing the ball deep. They feel that the Illini corners are not what they used to, and then Amarian Walker had been coming on. Why not? Why not fire it out a bit and at least give them a message that we're willing to throw the ball downfield?
Caleb Patterson stayed right with him, though, so second down and 10. Bredesen, the motion man, will be the lead blocker for Donovan Edwards. Not much. Going to bring up third down. And we check the offense for you for the Wolverines. The guys up front. Rotating tackles, changing tackles.
Yeah, two big changes right there. No Miles Hinton and no Evan Link. Two changes for Michigan.
Colston Loveland, the tight end, another really good one on third down and 8. You might want to keep your eye on him. Third down conversions have not been great for Michigan this year.
And Michigan is second worst in the FBS in 3rd and 7+.
They've got 3rd and 8 here. Tuttle loads. And way behind his intended receiver, it was Colston Loveland.
Michigan is only converting on 3rd and 7+ 15% of the time. The FBS average is 28%. They've been struggling because they do not throw the ball well.
And looking for the tight end, as I talked about, but way behind him, and that'll force a punt. Tommy Doman to kick, and Hank Beatty is back deep. Doman averaging just under 43 a kick. The Illini shift on their return team. Punt away. Beatty's got to call fair catch in some traffic and makes it around the 39-yard line. Well, we're in Champaign. A little bit of Champagne supernova going to break. We're only 4 minutes in. The Illini up by a field goal. Team after the game. The year was 1924 when Memorial Stadium was dedicated. Red Grange with an unbelievable performance. First Thanksgiving Day parade was held in New York City. Buster Keaton was America's #1 actor. He didn't have much to say. It was silent movies. And the Washington Senators beat the New York Giants to win the World Series. And we looked up how much it would cost to have a program. The programs 100 years ago cost 50 cents. I thought that was kind of steep.
High.
Yeah. But I guess that would be about, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks today.
Seemed like back then you could buy a house for $800.
You don't know if you want to spend 50 cents on a program. First down.
Mortgage payment.
Tuttle in the Altmaier rather in the shotgun, and the quick throw is again.
Is he going to get a hook from the backside?
Flag?
He did not.
I know.
Jair Hill defending the slant again. It's been a staple for the Illini. Let's see if his left hand doesn't get a hook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he turned him.
He kept his entire left hand from being able to move right there.
And it's not just putting your hand there. You have to turn him, and I thought he did.
And Luke Altmaier saying, what do I need for a pass interference call? Instead, second down and 10. Josh McCray, the tailback, will switch sides with Altmaier in the shotgun. Altmaier running out of time, throws late, got it complete. Nice throw and catch, Hank Beatty.
One of the things that I think Michigan's going to get a holding penalty on Josiah Stewart this time from the right tackle. Up here, let's see what happens. Right at the end of the play, yeah, he kind of took him down really after the play was thrown. He could have let go, but, you know, his tackle, you never know. That was a good call.
So that negates an 18-yard pickup.
Yeah, everybody's seen the tape of Josiah Stewart play rush the passer.
No kidding.
Put on a show against USC when we did that game.
Yep, tied for the Big Ten lead with 5 sacks.
That's really what this is all about. Can that front four for Michigan help out that secondary?
Aiden Loughery in the backfield, second down and 20. They do another play, much like the first one. Same result. A nice gain.
Did not have a lead blocker that time, but same style. A delayed draw. The quarterback is part of the ball handling here. Watch how he allows that rush to get a little deeper. Really, really well-conceived play.
That'll make the third down a little more manageable. Third down and 9. 41 yards on the ground for Loughery already.
This is the challenge for this Illini offensive line right here against this pass rush.
4-man rush. Altmaier flushed out of the pocket, has to throw it away. He was going to go down, and it was Stewart again.
Stewart, Grant, Mason Graham, Derek Moore, 4 of them. I think it is the best front four in college football. Rush the passer, stopping the run, and that guy right there is something else. Wink Martindale said he's one of the best he's ever coached.
That says a lot.
NFL type. Little conference going on here, whether it was grounding.
Foul for intentional grounding, number 85 who's in the area. 4th down.
So it's just 4th down. And it'll bring out Hugh Robertson to punt for the first time.
2 pretty good stops by that Michigan defense.
Robertson averages just under 43 yards a punt. 5th-year player. Samaj Morgan waits down on the other end for the Wolverines. Morgan backpedals, puts it around the 11-yard line.
It was a good job by Morgan that time, letting that ball hit. It could have been inside the 5.
Just a little over 5 minutes in at Memorial Stadium. It's 3-0 Illini. 4 days until the series premiere of Papa's House, starring Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. this Monday on CBS after The Neighborhood and streaming on Paramount Plus. Michigan got around their own 11-yard line to start this drive. Kalel Mullings in the backfield. Let's see if they try to get the ground game geared up.
Well, they do have Bredson in the game, their lead blocker. He is a monster from that lead position right there.
Matthew Bailey, leading tackler of the Illinois secondary. They prefer that Mullings doesn't get to the secondary. Here he is, straight up the middle. And they take him down, and a helmet comes out after a gain of about 4. Michigan gets a lot of their offense from running the football.
Yeah, try to take a guess. If they're 4th, who are the 3 above them?
I have a guess.
Go for it.
The Armed Forces.
Yeah, there they are. A challenge of this Michigan passing game. And then you couple that with the fact that Penn State, their 2 tailbacks ran for close to 200 yards. How do you balance wanting to throw the ball more, but thinking that Illini are vulnerable to the run?
Exactly. Illini give up about 150 a game. Second down and 6. They will keep it on the ground, and this time it's a first down and quite a bit more.
See, that's the challenge for Kirk Campbell. He's heard it, for a couple weeks. Michigan's got to get better throwing the ball. But this matchup probably is best for Michigan to run at this Illini defense. They're a bit undersized. There's no 320-pound defensive tackles. They're about 270. Can't believe I'm saying that. But they're not the normal Big Ten size. Maybe even Illinois had a couple of years.
Yeah, I was going to say last year even. There's the 150 allowed. 4th most in the Big Ten. Mullings got a first down run, and now Donovan Edwards will take the spot in the backfield. Here's the toss to Edwards, trying to get to the edge. And Donovan gets about 5 more.
So
Run out of bounds by Bailey.
Yeah, just like Nate Singleton and Katron Allen, who ran for 196. This duo for Michigan is very similar. One guy's the hammer, and then Donovan Edwards, kind of the lightning from that backfield.
Seems like we've had a few of those this year. Ohio State with
there's a lot of them.
Their 2 backs. So Edwards got 5 on the sweep. Second down and 5 at the 31-yard line. Tuttle, quick throw. Wide out screen, weaving toward the first down, but coming up about 2 yards shy is Samaj Morgan. So it's 3rd down and 2. Two tight ends now as Klein comes in to join Loveland. Both backs in there, Edwards and Mullings. That's hard to defend. And the play clock winding down. They might have to take a timeout here.
So Michigan substituted late. The Illini first put in Alex Bray, number 11, but when they saw the late substitution, they strategically put in Warren, number 55, and that forced Michigan into taking the timeout.
So we'll take it with them at the midway point of the first quarter.
During the whole timeout, Brett Bielema was talking to the officials, not just one of the judges. He actually brought over the head referee to talk about something that was going on that he's been seeing out there.
See what happens after the timeout. Third down and 2. Mullings tailback in the pistol behind Tuttle. Bredesen maybe leading the way, cuts back the other way and got the first down. Needed 2 and got about 2.5.
One of the changes that was made, bringing in Andrew Gentry over here at that tackle spot. You're reading all along that offensive line. Any little crease, well, Mullins is looking for, sees it to the right, and good job by Gentry to give him that crease.
And Mullins, the bigger of the two backs, about 235 pounds, picks up the first down.
He actually started a game at linebacker for Michigan. Amazing.
Played 20 games at linebacker, including the start Gary's talking about. Tuttle just overshot Loveland, his tight end, who was open.
Boy, are we ready to cover tight ends?
Every week.
That's for sure. We had Tyler Warren put on a display against USC. Colston Loveland is just as good as anybody in the country. Look how open he is on that coverage by Scott. That's a couple of misses by Jack Tuttle so far in this game.
Yep, he's been long and he's been behind Loveland on 2 of those throws. Third fewest in the country. That's number 132 on the passing charts. Second down and 10.
Donovan Edwards, a great receiver out of the backfield.
Keep it here. Ooh, I don't want to take too many of those kind of hits. A nice hit by Matthew Bailey, leading tackler for the Illini on Jack Tuttle.
Reed play off the edge. He sees the Gabe Eckes coming after him. He keeps the ball.
And Bailey's usually going to be the guy that goes with the tight end a lot of the time as well. Third down and 6. The Illini have not had good luck getting off the field on third down. They have today so far, but not over the course of the first 6 games. Here comes a blitz. Throws on target, but it's short of the first down. Morgan made the catch.
It's one of the things that this Illini defense and their defensive coordinator, Aaron Henry, takes pride in. Play man-to-man. They're challenged these Michigan receivers, and that one worked. Forced a short throw. They rushed 5 on the play. Got a completion, but that's a win for the defense.
And it forces the upcoming punt of Tommy Domain. Off the side of his foot. And out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to come up the field quite a bit, though.
See where they're going to spot this.
I'd say at least to the 20.
And he's still walking. Still moving up. Wow. It's going to be closer, 27.
Yeah, that falls in the shank range.
Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. Jenny.
Brad, these helmets are unreal. Each one hand-painted and airbrushed by artist Armando Villarreal, based out of Nebraska. It really is a complex process. They're sanded down, sealed, sprayed, and then hand-stenciled to give more of an authentic look. Once they're dry, he airbrushes the stripes, the stitching, and all the holes to really make them look completely authentic. Now, each one of these helmets takes over 2 hours to complete. Guys, it truly is a work of art.
I'm telling you, we get to see Army Navy helmets every year that are specially made for the occasion. These are as cool as I've seen. Unbelievable. Quick throw, quick catch, and A first down to Pat Bryant. Bryant, one of the captains of the offense and the main target, or one of them, Luke Altmyer.
This duo for the Illini, these two receivers, Zachary Franklin, the transfer, and Pat Bryant, the go-to receiver. Bryant actually committed to Lovie Smith, and then when Brett took over, that was the first call he made, and Pat Bryant stayed with the program. 7
touchdown catches already this year, and 16 in his Illinois career. He's been a good one. It's the longest pass play today so far. First down.
It still was thrown air yards under 10 yards, and that's really the book on this Illini passing offense. 75% of the throws are less than 10 yards.
On the ground, Wofford has had a good first quarter. TJ Guy brought him down.
So Illini's lead back at the beginning of the year. Caden Fagan has been out for a while, so now they got 3 in them. Wofford, McCray, and we'll probably see Valentine later on in this game.
Caden Fagan, who had a procedure done on his hip, didn't play last week and had surgery a couple of days ago, so we wish him well in his rehab. Look out from behind, and down goes Luke Altmyer, courtesy of Jayshon Barham. We get a flag down.
Yeah, and that one wasn't on the offensive line if it holds up.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Defense number 90.
Yeah, I saw it.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot, and includes an automatic first down.
You could see the look on the Illini offensive line that they knew a penalty was coming.
I think it's Trey Pierce, 95.
Yeah, it was exactly what it was.
There you see it.
Face once and then twice. I think they got the second one right there.
And Pierce will come out after the penalty.
Rashawn Benny, number 26, a regular, is not playing in this game. He's one of the 3 rotating tackles up front for Michigan.
First down at the 40. Altmyer scanning the field. He's going to take off on his own and dives forward. Got about 6 yards on the run.
One of the real havoc players in college football is Mason Graham, defensive tackle for Michigan. I think he's up here right there. Watch the job that the Illini do on him on this play. That's Kreutz, Josh Kreutz, the center. Keep him out of the play and allow the big play from the quarterback.
Josh Kreutz, one of the captains. 2 Kreutz on this team. Olin Kreutz, their dad, a many-time All-Pro in the NFL. Illinois coach is telling us they're not afraid of Luke Altmyer running the ball. They got 5 there. Here comes an end around. Altmyer, lead blocker. Oh, took a wicked hit, and so did the ball carrier, Pat Bryant.
Jimmy Barham, that time the linebacker for Michigan, just sent Luke Altmyer spinning backwards on the reverse block. Barham's right there. Watch him read the reverse and get into the backfield and just blow it up.
You don't want that happening to your quarterback very often.
That's the worst thing you can do as a quarterback, Ness, on that reverse is you don't see a DB, you see a linebacker.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Can't go low anymore.
3rd down and 6. 0 for 2 today so far. Could be a corner blitz coming. It is. And it flags this time.
Hooked him again. Amir Hall, number 12 this time.
That's Amir Hall, and that is a penalty.
And I wonder if that's what Brett Bielema was telling the referees.
Maybe.
That they hooked us already, that on tape you see it, Michigan does it all day. We're going to be running slants all day. And you cannot let them get their hands on us like that.
Again, he had his left arm completely tucked in from the backside.
Pass interference, defense number 12. The ball replaced at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
I will say it came real close to being a pick by the Illini on this play, to tell you the truth. They got him, Medic got away with a rub on the play. Yep, oh, my same look as the one before. And he goes, Coach, thanks for talking to the refs.
That's the 2nd first down by penalty on this drive. Khalil Valentine into the Illini backfield for the first time. He's as a wide receiver because it's an empty backfield, and they blow it dead. So back-to-back penalties here.
False start. Offense number 74 was never set in formation. 5-yard penalty, first down.
J.C. Davis
if there's one series the Illini would like to have back, it was in that Penn State game early. They had first and goal from the 2. They had 3 disastrous plays in a row, and again on this drive, they're in scoring position, and they have a self-inflicted wound. I'm sure that's why Brett Bielema was over there frustrated. We've seen this before. Ended up first and goal in the 2. They ended up with no points against Penn State.
Snap over the head on that drive, too. First and 15. And only about a yard for Josh McCray. Awuna made the tackle off the defensive line.
So without Rayshon Benny, really kind of a light rotation at defensive tackle, with Graham and Grant being the 2 key ones, is going to go even deeper for this Michigan team. Talking to Barry Lunny, that's one of the reasons they wanted to go fast. They wanted to tire out Graham and Grant. Right. Now they're even going to see deeper into that rotation for Michigan.
Tight end in motion on 2nd and 14. Looked like a delayed blitz was coming. The throw on the run's incomplete.
That was a really good play by Zeke Berry that time. He read the movement by Altmyer. The Michigan defensive staff, talking to Wink Martindale, he said Altmyer's good outside the pocket. We wouldn't mind keeping him in there, because when he improvises, he keeps his eyes downfield, and right there you can see the Michigan players reacted well.
There's Wink. You ever want to spend a good half an hour sit down with that guy?
Fun.
They're down at 14. A bunch group of receivers to Altmyer's right. Play clock winding down. Just got it off. Blitz is coming. Altmyer throws on time this time and complete, a yard shy of the first down. But it's Zachary Franklin.
Now, first big decision by Brett Bielema right here against this zone look. Gave him time to throw. Will they get the curl right in the middle of the zone this time? Plenty of time to throw, get it right there. But will they go for it? Will they take 3 more points?
Right at the edge of the red zone, right at the 20. 4th down, they need a yard. 4th down this year, 5 for 8 for the Illini. Tanner Arkin, their tight end, shifts over. Everybody in tight. 4th and a yard. Handoff, nothing doing. A loss of about 4 for Josh McCray. Jayshad Barnum made the tackle.
Barnum got into the backfield that time. Defeated the block. I think he's right. Excuse me. I think he's right there. Watch him defeat the tackle right in front of J.C. Davis. Does he go across? Actually, kind of looks like a blown block.
Yeah, it does.
The more you look at it, either Carson Goda was supposed to get him or the offensive tackle, but that was self-inflicted.
Big job there by the Michigan defense. The 4th and 1 comes up short, and the Wolverines take over.
Again, the Michigan defense getting out of this, close to this first quarter, by getting some stops in the plus territory.
Tuttle, quick throw, and that one is complete. So Martin Klein, the tight end.
You know, Ness, I talked about, had this ever happened in Michigan history before? Well, there's some Michigan friends that are watching. They said in 1979, one of my buddies just said, B.J. Dickey, John Wangler, old buddy of mine, and Rich Hewitt all started in that year, and none of them were injured. So it happened.
Wow, within this stretch of time.
Those Michigan people remember everything.
Yes,
I'll tell you that.
There's a quarterback comparison so far. It's been what we expected so far. We thought it might be a throwback to 100 years ago at Memorial Stadium. It's a Big Ten slugfest so far, as we remember Red Grange and the uniforms that he played in, or something very similar. 3-0 Illinois at the end of one. Offensively to the other so far.
Just straight across the back end. Looks like man-to-man all the way. No safety out there. No deep safety at all.
2nd down and 5. Donovan Edwards will come and join Jack Tuttle, the Michigan backfield. From the 27-yard line, he'll get the carry, and he's going down immediately. Played beautifully by Ezekiel Holmes. Well, 100 years ago, Red Granger already had 4 touchdowns. We have a field goal so far.
I was reading about it. They rested him the whole second quarter of the game.
Yeah. And then after he scored his 6th touchdown in the 3rd quarter, he didn't play in the 4th quarter.
Crazy.
Over 400 yards of total offense for number 77.
The fantasy people were so upset.
You saw 2 of the greatest players ever, Grange and Butkus, up there.
Again, nobody back there daring Michigan to throw the ball.
Yeah, they're going to try. No, they won't. And the ball is out. And the Illini have got it. Tuttle fumbles. And it's covered.
One of the big stories of this game would be turnovers, and it has not been kind to Michigan this year. They're 104th in the country at -4. The Illini are +4 and 25th in the country. Tuttle sees it coming, but the swipe from behind got it by Gabe Backus.
Gabe Backus swiped it. Malachi Hood recovered it.
That's the new way to play football. Everybody does that. The punch of the football, especially coming from the blind side. Tuttle's looking to his left. From the right side, he gets the right cross.
And the fumble recovery turns the ball over to the Illini offense at the 42-yard line. I beg your pardon, the 38-yard line. Straight up the middle. The umpire is part of that, but Josh McCray still got a first down.
Straight up the middle against these 2 defensive tackles. Impressive. Running the ball up the middle against Michigan. It's kind of been that look from shotgun, kind of ran through the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Just as a note, I do not see Will Johnson out there for Michigan.
Here's a throw on first down.
Got tugged at
holding.
interference. And that was a smart play by Amir Hall. If he had not grabbed the receiver, that
touchdown.
Absolutely. He can feel he's beat. It is Zachary Franklin, number 4, and Franklin knows it's a touchdown as well.
Defense number 12. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Let's take another look.
Yeah, that's no argument from anybody about that one.
Let's get an update on Will Johnson from Jenny.
Yeah, at the end of the first quarter, he came off the field, went straight into the injury tent. They changed out his shoes, his orthotics. Guys, keep an eye on that left ankle when he does go back in.
All right, Jenny, thanks. That takes a big chunk out of the secondary of Michigan. So the fumble by Tuttle. And the penalty has set up Illinois at the 12-yard line. Down to the 9, maybe the 8 is Josh McCray.
Interesting set of play calls here now for Barry Lunney. Michigan's got their best corner off the field. They've been struggling in the secondary anyway all year besides at Will Johnson's position. Do you try to ram it up the middle, or do you use their receivers where you think you have a mismatch?
Do you get it in Pat Bryant's hands?
Not a bad idea. He's in the slot right here.
Second down at 6. And now Bryant in motion across the field. They'll run it and not get much.
Well, we showed Mason Graham getting blocked before.
Not that time.
Not that time is exactly right. Coming off the right side, splits the double team. That's one of the things we heard from Barry Lunney, is that those 2 tackles are great at splitting the double team. He showed it right there.
And look at the numbers and the rankings the last couple of seasons for number 55.
Another old school guy. He could be Alex Karras.
He could have played 100 years ago.
Absolutely.
Third down and 6. 3 wide receiver offense here. All to Altmaier's left, which is where he's looking. Luke running out of trouble, into trouble, and down he goes.
Yeah. That's why I really thought the second down pass is where they messed up, okay? Michigan is vulnerable to pass. You've got 2 mismatches out there. Now on third down, they're going to go combo. And it's a lot harder to throw against the in and outs. You don't know who they're going to cover, who they're not. Good coverage from that secondary. And another big stop. This Michigan defense is keeping them in the game.
So that'll bring out the field goal unit again. David Olano He hit from 47 earlier. This would be a 32-yard field goal attempt. Just inside the left upright.
It's a big stop by that Michigan defense after the turnover.
No doubt. So the fumble only cost him 3. The Illini in front at home 6-0. As Jenny told us, not out there right now.
Yeah, and Amir Hall in the game. This is really a 4-point play right here. This is going to be a touchdown if he doesn't grab. Gives his defense a chance to get a stop. It's a 15-yard penalty. If it was NFL pass interference, the ball would have been on a 5.
Right. You always say there's no such thing as a good penalty. That was a good penalty.
Yep.
So now Michigan still with no points and an offense that's struggling. Back out on the field with 11:35 to go in the half.
So Kirk Campbell has to again think about what's going on. Does he put it into the quarterback's hands? I know coming into this game he was looking to get more balance out of the offense, a turnover, a couple missed passes, or does he come out and say, let's see if he can ram this ball right down the line?
That's a terrible graphic for Jack Tuttle. He's got a lot more turnovers than he does total touchdowns in his career. He'd like to turn that around here before this one's over. Only 44 yards total for Michigan. They start at the 25-yard line. Play fake to Mullings. Tuttle zips it down the middle, right to the defender. Intercepted and coming the other way. Miles Scott all the way to the 2-yard line. There is a flag. That one looked like Scott was the intended receiver.
He was lined up at deep safety on the play. And then he just kind of moved up into the throwing zone, and Tuttle did not find him.
Here's a call from Tim O'Day.
I wonder if there's going to be blocking on the return by the Illini.
Holding. Defense number 22. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Whoa. So take away the interception and give a first down to Michigan.
Holding in the secondary before the throw takes away a turnover, a huge play.
Caleb Patterson.
And Michigan is just surviving right now, right? How about that?
You know, Caleb Patterson with the mugging over there on the sideline, and that gives Michigan a first down.
Gives them, seems like more than a first down, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot more. Crowd still booing that play. That ball is low, incomplete, intended for Max Bredesen.
So I guess it didn't count, but we want to show you what happens right here. Just moves up in the throwing lane. Tuttle sees him deep, assumes he's going to play deep safety, but he comes up into a robber position. He never finds him.
And that's the reaction of Miles Scott. Would have been his 3rd interception of the year and set up Illinois with a 1st and goal. Instead, 2nd down and 10 now Michigan. Donovan Edwards trying to go wide and does. And the ball came out again. And it's scooped up by Illinois. Miles Scott again with the turnover, and this one's going to stand.
What a hit on the play. Edwards gets around it, but it looked to me like a helmet was right on the football. No, it was a punch by Matthew Bailey, number 70. Punched it right out. 2 of them already in this game.
The leading tackler for the Illini punches it. Miles Scott recovers it. This time the Illini will have the ball on offense when we come back to Memorial Stadium after this. Number 22 team in the country leading number 24 Michigan. Just under 11 minutes remaining in the half. The second quarter has not been good to the Wolverines. 4 plays, half of them turnovers.
And remember, coming into this game, they were ranked 104th in the country. Very un-Michigan-like.
-4 turnover margin coming in. They're adding to it here in the first half. So the Illini take over after the fumble recovery, their own 49-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground. Ooh, man, big hit and a loss. Lothray. And it was Ike Wuna, the first guy to hit him.
Continue to still try to run the ball up in the middle of this Michigan defense. Kenneth Grant there, you saw number 78 just kind of holding his space on the double team.
Empty backfield as you saw Will Johnson on the sideline. Let's see if Altmaier can make something happen in the air. A one hopper intended for Lothray, not even close. And it's 3rd down and long.
Mason Graham comes back into the game for this 3rd down pass rush. TJ Guy is on one side, number 42. On the other side is Cameron Brandt, 2 backup defensive ends. The 2 monsters are in the middle, though.
Yep. Looking for a 3rd down conversion. And looking to keep Altmaier clean. Throw. This sounds low, but it's caught. Right at the 40-yard line by Zachary Franklin. Or was he bobbling it?
Well, if they're going to take a look, we'll take a look right with them. Had an open receiver, did not throw it well again.
I think that one's
Yeah,
caught.
I think he got that one.
Going down, keeps his hands under it.
Yep, that'll count.
And it'll be a pickup of 13 on 3rd and 12. Drive stays alive at the Michigan 40. Whoa, little problem in the backfield there with the play fake, and now Altmaier's going to run with it, and he got a 1st down and a little bit more.
Josh McCray that time sees the blitz, and his responsibility is to get to the blitz. You kind of abort on the play action pass, but Luke Altmaier was right there. Watch, they kind of bump into him because he's going to block. And then Altmaier, remember, Luke Altmaier was recruited by Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, and he does not recruit quarterbacks that can't run.
And he picks up 14 yards, asks the crowd for a little love and support, and they move the chains. Back in the middle, trying to bang away on that inside. And this time it works to a degree by Josh McCray. Derek Moore made the tackle as we're approaching, I should say, 9 minutes.
Yeah, Doug Moore comes around the weak side right there. Good acceleration. Wink Martindale employs that wide 9 defensive ends. He plays that NFL style. The ends stay out real wide and try to force everything into the middle. That 9 technique right out there.
Josh McCray stays in as the tailback on 2nd down and 6. Altmaier kept it, and he's got a 1st down. 2 big runs by number 9.
And a really good block that time. I think it was J.C. Davis, the left tackle, but he reads it. I think the block is right here. Watch him handle to the outside, and I think he handles Hausman that time. Yes, he does. Good job.
Hausman, the leading tackler for Michigan, blocked out of that play, and so Altmaier on this drive. 2 1st down runs as he points in that direction.
That's the value of the zone keep. You can let a defensive lineman go and get your lineman out onto the linebacker.
Just inside the Michigan 13-yard line. Altmaier looks right, looks down the middle, and overshot his intended
That'll be
receiver.
holding again. He's getting hooked.
Zachary Franklin, the intended receiver, and another flag.
This time Zeke Berry is saying I think it was him. At least he's the one arguing.
Defense number 10. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line with an automatic 1st down.
And down to the 2-yard line by penalty.
Zeke Berry is man-to-man coverage on the slot. He gets beat. Look at the grab. Absolutely. Could be 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. You got to give the receiver the opportunity to catch that ball. Altmaier knew he had his slot, his receiver on safety, Zeke Berry. He was going to go after him.
3 tight end offense. 1st and goal at the 2.
I bet they don't go shotgun. What do you want to bet?
I hope they don't.
Brett Bielema said we had 3 plays in goal line. Only one of them was shotgun, and we used the shotgun play.
High formation. Josh McCray, the tailback from the 2-yard line. They're going to throw it to the corner. Got it! Touchdown, Tanner Arkin.
First and goal, give it to your quarterback. Crossing tight end. And I think it was Ernest Hausmann had him all the way across the field that just could not corral him.
Perfect throw by Luke Altmaier.
It sure was.
Well, they had 3 tight ends in there, and they used one very effectively. David Alano in for the point after.
Go under center, play action pass. Beautiful.
Extra point is good.
Let's make sure, and I know replay was looking to see if he got his feet in. I know he did because Ness called it. Yes, he did.
And right into the pylon for the touchdown.
First down play action. Watch him right here. Crosses all the way and look at all the traffic. The Michigan linebacker did a good job of seeing it and staying on it, but he could never catch up.
Luke Altmaier's 15th touchdown pass of the year caps a 51-yard drive, and now it's 13-0 Illini. Tanner Arkin just caught a 2-yard touchdown pass from Luke Altmaier.
Yeah, nice job getting released on that play. Get the man in front of it, give him a little shove on the play, Derek Moore, and get to the back of the end zone. Hausmann did a decent job. It forced a perfect pass on the play, and Altmaier put it right there.
Arkin's 3rd touchdown catch of the year, and Altmaier, as I said, going to break his 15th here in Big Ten play. And this one's going to be returnable. Harris from about the 8-yard line. Got out across the 25. CBS Monday. Start your week with an all-new NCIS. See where Gibbs' story began on the new series NCIS Origins Monday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Now, so I got to figure out a way to get Jack Tuttles some easy throws here, and I think the way to do it is go to Colston Loveland again. I mean, we just saw it a week ago. Tyler Warren last week. Max Clare hurt the Illini from the tight end position. They got to find their best player.
Straight up the middle on the run. And Kalel Mullings with a good gain. Jenny?
Yeah, after the last series, the trainers were looking at Jack Tuttle's rib area a bit, so they took off his jersey, took off his pads. It looked like they lowered them slightly and tightened them up. Also of note, guys, Wolverines tight end Marlon Klein, he's been in the injury tent for the last 10 minutes. I'll try to get an update.
All right, Jenny, thanks. Klein who had a catch earlier in the quarter. Pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2 at the midway point of quarter number 2. Mullings going to try to hammer it here, and he got the first down, spins his way on a good game before Ryan Mead, the linebacker, brought him down.
That Michigan offensive line with a lot of new starters. Remember, that was the strength of the team a year ago, but they basically have 5 new starters in there. Colston Loveland, I think that was him getting a good block on the end, number 18 right there on the play. Well, they're using them, but not quite the way I would.
Yeah, let's see if they start to go to the air. They got a first down at the 43. Mullings again. Got it out near the 49-yard line. Gabe Backus hit on the tackle. Backus forced one of those fumbles earlier in the game.
It's hard to have confidence if you're a play caller and your quarterback is struggling.
Right. Like you said, if they could just get him a couple throws back to back to gain some confidence.
A couple easy little bootlegs. Give him a 5-yard throw.
Empty backfield. And Mullings again. I mean, he'll counter, and he might have the first down.
Well, the other way to do it is just go back to the Michigan offense of 2024, right? That's what they've done. Run the ball. Run it effectively. They wore down USC in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, we saw that one in person. Average 191 yards a game, and as you probably saw earlier, 63% of their offense comes on the ground. And the first foray into Illinois territory today for Michigan. With just over 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Bredesen in motion now will set as a blocker.
Here it is. That's what I've been looking for.
There it was. They waited a couple plays, but they got Gary, the tight end, Loveland for the first down.
You know, throwing to the tight end on those 6-8 yard route is like the pitcher throwing it over to first base. I mean, it's hard to miss these, okay? Perfect. Get your playmaker involved. That should open up that defense for Michigan.
Who was your guy, Charlie Sanders?
Well, David Hill mostly.
David Hill.
Then pretty good one in Cleveland, Ozzie Newsome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that one, the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
That was a 16-yard gain to the tight end. So Michigan's got something working here. Tuttle, quick throw, got a man. Again, the tight end who tries to hurdle his way to the first down. Loveland is close. He might have gotten it.
We were kidding Jerome Moore and Kirk Campbell saying, did you watch that Penn State game? Was Colston Loveland calling you and saying, Coach, I can do that?
Every tight end in the country was saying, but this guy can do it.
He can. Nice little easy throw. Tries to go up top. Not quite high enough.
And he got escorted out of bounds right there. But it is a first down. Just under 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Michigan at the 21-yard line. Deepest penetration into Illini territory so far. Throw quickly out to Morgan. And Morgan gets it to the 15.
So that was an RPO right there. Jack Tuttle, who did that well for IU. He's good at the RPO part of it. He knows what he's a 7-year player. Started games in the Big Ten. This time he reads it, gives an easy throw. Again, 3 easy throws to kind of soften up this Illini defense.
Illinois changing up their defensive personnel here. 2nd down and 2. Jack Tuttle has a look on this drive. He's been good. Kalel Mullings, first down, carrying tacklers with him. He's down around the 6.
He's something, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
You don't take that guy on from angles. He's too strong, keeps that body moving, 230 plus pounds. If you don't take him on straight on, he's going to slide off and create those yards.
Dylan Rosiak was trying to stay with him, one of the captains of the defense, but he plowed his way to a 1st and goal.
Again, good job by the 2 changes in the offense. Jeff Percy, left tackle, and Andrew Gentry, the right tackle, doing a good job.
1st and goal at the 6. Bredesen, the motion man. The give. Mullings trying to take it wide. Does to the 3, maybe the 2. And he lost his helmet, so he'll have to come out for a play, and that'll put in Donovan Edwards, probably.
This is really a great answer for Michigan in this football game. The Illini score, a couple turnovers in the game already. They needed a long drive, and they've got it.
I thought it might be Edwards. Is going to be Benjamin Hall instead to take number 20's spot in the backfield. 2nd down and goal. And we have reached the 2-minute timeout. Michigan with their best drive of the day and their best chance of the day to get on the scoreboard. Right now, they're not yet. It's 13-0. Michigan with some miscues today that have turned into Illinois points.
Yeah, a couple times ended up with field goals, and then they pushed in for a touchdown. But turning the ball over has been a problem for this Michigan football team this year. But I got to say, both of those miscues were forced. They just didn't happen with not taking care of the football. Those were good jobs. And add to that the penalties in the secondary. It's been a good day so far, but I love this answer for Michigan.
10th play of the drive coming up.
They had 3 short passes, the rest power football.
2nd and goal. Benjamin Hall, at 235 pounds, is in the backfield. He gets the carry. And I think they're going to call him down at the 1 or just inside the 1.
Let's see if Illinois will take a timeout here. Try to keep some time on the clock.
Michigan, remember, will receive the 2nd half kickoff.
Saw his right elbow come down about at the half-yard line. I think it's marked perfectly.
And now Bredesen in there, the extra tight end, fullback, whatever you want to call, number 44.
I think Illinois took a timeout. Yes.
With a minute 53 to go in the half. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Mullings back in at the tailback spot, and Mullings is not going to get there. Stop short.
Remember against USC, game on the line. They went I formation. They put Max Bredesen at fullback and they ran behind him. They do it again, and this time the Illini make the play.
He got stoned by Akis.
It really was. A good pile inside, though. Allow Akis come from the side. Illini taking another timeout.
Here's down the line look for you.
Yeah, that was 11-man defense right there.
Crowd really into it right now on 4th down and goal that's coming up.
Good pile inside, taken on inside on the play. I think Alex Bray got in there too, number 11. So there's no doubt Michigan's going to go for this. Oh, they are reviewing. Is that what's going on? Hearing that. Did he get that football there?
Ooh,
he might have.
He might have.
Yes, he might have stretched it. Remember that line? You only have to touch the front of the line, and it goes up, all the way up vertically.
I did not see him stretch the ball
Neither did
out.
I.
Right there.
And his forward progress was still going. This could be a touchdown.
Tim O'Day's the referee under the hood. Andrew McGrath is our replay official up here in Gene's territory. Our rules official is with us, Gino.
Yeah, I noticed what you guys did on this last great replay here, and that's Mullins reaching right there. And that ball, we know, guys, all the front of that football has to do is reach the beginning of the white of that goal line to make it a touchdown. I don't think his forward progress was stopped either, which Gary already alluded to. And if they do take a look at that and see that ball break the plane, I believe they can overturn this to a touchdown.
Also can't really see his knees or his legs in that play, but you assume he's on top of some humanity there and that he's not down with his lower body. It looks like he's still on top of all the people.
And it does look like it's going to be 4th down.
Now here comes the official call.
Too late. Both teams are out there. They know what's going on.
The ruling on the field of the runner being short of the touchdown stands as home. It is 4th down. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:43.
Now it's about to get noisy at Memorial Stadium.
Now Brett Bielema will have to decide whether to take a timeout here. The only problem with taking a timeout is if you stop them, Michigan has timeouts to force you to punt in your own end zone.
Each team has 2 right now. And I take that back. Illinois is down to 1.
Yep, he took it. Play aggressive. As Brett said, you don't beat Michigan in 1 week. You beat Michigan by preparing for 365 days.
Yep, exactly. He said if you only think you're preparing for a 7-day stretch, you're beat already. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ have highlights and analysis. They catch you up on all of today's top games.
How about this, Sharon Moore, the offensive lineman against Brett Bielema, the defensive lineman,
right.
And it's 4.5 inches.
Here we go.
To win the game against USC, they ran left off tackle, right like that.
Bredesen, the fullback, Mullings, the tailback, up and in, touchdown, Michigan.
Might as well go back to the play that worked.
Yep.
Good push that time from that offensive line. I think Bredesen and Mullins both scored on the play.
Follow 44. That usually leads you where you're going to go, and that is right over the top of him for Mullings' touchdown.
Percy and Preve that time, 79 and 68, do a great job at the point of attack.
So long drive finally has Michigan on the board. Extra point is good. 72 yards in 12 plays. Over 6 minutes. And finally, as the Michigan sideline shows you, they're in the end zone. 13-7. Kalel Mullings, 7th rushing touchdown of the year, has Michigan on the board here late in the second quarter in a 13-7 game.
But I love the aggressiveness from Bet Bielema on the play. There would be, what, 25, 30 seconds left in the half. He gives the offense a chance to put points on the board by taking those timeouts.
Doman with the kickoff. Let's take a look at our Discover Conference update as we update the standings for you. Oregon a win over Purdue last night. Indiana dispatched of Nebraska today. Both are 7-0. 6-0 for Penn State, and then everybody's got a loss or more as you go down the list. These two teams trying to stay in the hunt with just one Big Ten loss and the bottom of the 18. So now one timeout and 1:40 to play with. No gain on this one for Josh McCray. Mason Graham in the thick of things as he always is. Number 55.
Yeah, he's just short enough, strong enough, and athletic enough to really have a tough time hanging with those blocks.
He gets under guys,
he
doesn't
does. He's got like wrestling moves.
Yep. Altmaier, quick slant, got it, complete. That's a first down. And it's to Hank Beatty again.
Yeah, Beatty 3 receptions last week for a career high 53 yards. They love these slant passes, part of this offense. That one's delivered perfectly.
Trying to go with some tempo here with a minute to go in the half. Altmaier's in trouble. He runs out of it. He had 2 big runs earlier in this quarter, and he's got another one.
Boy, he sure did run out of it, though. I'll tell you. I thought for sure there was going to be a sack on this play. Right up the middle, he runs away from it, anticipates, and shows his athletic ability on the play.
And picks up 17, and they're in Michigan territory with 50 seconds to go. Altmaier, pocket collapsing again. Throws on the run and throws a strike complete. Pat Bryant just short of another first down, but out of bounds to stop the clock.
One of the things that Wink Martindale said about Altmaier is when he throws his best is when he's out of sync, outside the design of the play, and you can see it again.
Picked up 9.
And still saving their timeout.
37 yards. They've moved it so far through the air and on the ground. And they've got a second down and short.
Good play to go deep here. Second and short.
Altmaier, a draw play. I don't know. It's going to be close for Josh McCray.
They're calling him short, so wonder if the Illini will take a timeout here.
They're set to go hurry up.
Will they run it again?
They will. Only this time to the outside. That's a first down to the 31 for McCray.
Clock will stop. If you don't have a play ready, you can go up and ground it. I would assume the Illini will ground it.
Clock will start momentarily. And there it goes. Altmaier under center, and he'll spike it, as Gary said. And that stops things with 11 ticks remaining in the half.
And again, still wisely keeping that timeout, so he can still throw anywhere on the field. He doesn't have to throw for a first down or throw the ball to the sideline. The passing game can attack anywhere. I would assume we're going to see the slant.
Both of their kickers, and they have 2, are capable of hitting from where they are right now. And David Olano and Ethan Lechowski. Let's see what they do. Tight end, the man that caught the touchdown in motion, Tanner Arkin, settles in on the left side. Altmaier in trouble, trying to get what he can.
I'm out on the play, and they'll get a field goal try. Brilliant job by the Illini, saving a timeout, aggressively taking their timeouts when Michigan was in the scoring zone and getting into position.
And again, Altmaier evading the sack, which you didn't need for sure. And it'll set up a field goal attempt by Alano, who's perfect today.
Is Michigan going to ice them?
They've got the timeouts to do it if they so choose.
You think that works anymore?
I don't know. Kickers are so good now.
I mean, these guys have been watching football for 20 years. They know it's coming, you know.
David Alano, the sophomore out of Naperville, Illinois, trying to tack on 3 more here before halftime. This will be a 44-yard field goal attempt.
He's been hooking them a little left. Let's see if he can control this.
Out of a Hugh Robertson hold. Oh, a bad snap, and it is blocked. The snap was bad. Robertson tried to get it down, and it's blocked.
I'll tell you, all things considered, everything that Michigan has been through, I think they're looking at this score and go, we cannot make any more mistakes than we have already, and we're right in this game.
Just a 1-score game, down 6. You take another look. Look at the snap was low. Robertson tried to get it down.
Boy, I'll tell you, TJ Guy that time had some leap, didn't he? Number 42, he was up there.
And there's the mishandled snap.
Yeah, I thought it was about as good as you could do, though, Ness. That snap was low, and I thought that, I don't know who got the block, but they were up in the air.
Akari Page, or as you said, maybe TJ Guy, one of them got a hand on it. At any rate, that stops 3 extra points, and Jennings with Brett Bielema.
Coach, not exactly the way that you wanted to end that half, but you started off fast and physical. How were you able to be effective early on?
We got to take advantage of when we're in the red zone. We got to come up with more to field goals. Field goals don't win games. So, and then obviously the last one right there got blocked off the left edge. I think we're a little low on the kick, but got to maximize our opportunities.
6-point game right now. We know how bad you want this one. How do you get it done?
We want all of them, right? So we just got to come out defensively. Had a little bit of movement on that last drive there. We got to take advantage of the opportunities they give us, and then, like I said, offensively, got to capitalize in the red zone.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, Brett wasn't the coach the last time they had a lead over Michigan. They have a lead over Michigan right now here in Champaign. End of the first half, 13-7. We'll send it over to Adam Zucker and company in our studio for the fact that they've got the lead. Could have been more. Blocked field goal at the end of the second quarter prevented it from being 16-7. And Michigan will get the second half kickoff. And they'll start things off at the 25-yard line as we welcome you back to the booth. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson. Don't know that I've seen a team have this many mistakes, and it's a 1-score game. They're still in the thick of things.
I got to give Michigan credit. They've gone 7 consecutive games, giving up plus 200 yards passing without their best player in this game, Will Johnson. They've held this Illini passing game 8 for 14 for 68 yards. Now, a couple smart plays, interference to keep them in there, but they've stayed in the game, and they're running the ball pretty well. Pretty good football game.
Let's see if they go back to that ground game as we start the third quarter at the 25-yard line. And a pistol set. That's Morgan in motion. And they do go right back to Mullings. And you know the defensive coordinator, Aaron Henry, talks about his defense and stopping that run as we check in with Jenny.
Well, I just spoke with Jerome Moore and asked him if he's sticking with Jack Tuttle, and he said that's our guy. I said, can we expect to see any other quarterback in the second half? He said, nope, we're going with Tuttle. So that is the plan as of now. Said he needs to clean up the turnovers, and they're having trouble with field position, so hoping to help the defense out there. Now, quick injury updates. Tight end Marlon Klein is out for this game. Corner Will Johnson, who we haven't seen since the first quarter, he is questionable from my perspective. It looked to be a left toe injury.
All right, Jenny, thanks. Mullings again. And only about a yard this time. It's going to bring up third down to open up the third quarter. Rosiak, the linebacker, in on the stop.
Yeah, there's the guy that had the 2 big tackles in overtime, big sacks to win games. Middle linebacker at Illinois. Nice position to play. Some big names here. 3rd and long. That has been the problem for this team.
1 for 5 today. Tuttle waited too long. Down he goes at the 18-yard line. And it's T.Rod Edwards.
Nice call by Aaron Henry this time. They go to the bear look. So you're expecting a 5-man rush up front, but they don't. They come back and drop into coverage. Look, drop here, drop here. When Tuttle looks to his right, he sees a bunch of blue jerseys with old helmets on them. And he says, no, I don't want to go that way. And that gave enough time for the sack. Remember, 3rd and long.
Ooh, they got close to the punter. Doman goes down. The fair catch is taken by Beatty at the 45-yard line.
Good chance to go after.
And we got a little shoving going on at the end of the play.
Yeah, right at the end there. And I think even if he would have got the call, it would have been running into the punter. When it's 4th and long, you can give a good try for a block. Kind of got blocked into him on the play.
Makrasenic is the guy that got close. But it's going to be Illinois ball on offense when we come back.
I'm the richest.
Three pass interference flags and a couple of fumbles. And neither team really doing that much on their conversions, be they 3rd or 4th down. Now, so much for getting the second half kickoff for Michigan. They went 3 and out.
Right.
When you add the sack in there and the punt, it's great field position and a great starting point for the Illini offense at 45 yards.
Remember what Brett told Jenny at halftime going in. He goes, we got too high on that last drive. We got to get down low and stop that run. I thought they did it well.
Yeah, they did. And then the sack by Edwards forced the kick from deeper in their territory than they had hoped. So now it's Luke Altmaier and company from the 45, 1st down. And he rides that all the way to Loffery, who picked up about 3.
So Luke Altmaier gave him a little bit of everything. This is what Luke Altmaier has done all year. Throwing the ball quickly, he throws it short and accurately, keeps that defensive pass rush. And then if he gets it, I think most of his yards, I think one called run have been on when he was in the pocket and he scrambled.
2nd down and 7. Wants to throw here, and he's going to go deep. Near sideline, incomplete, intended for Zachary Franklin.
Dyer Hill that time doing a good job, man-to-man coverage. Wink Martindale brought the blitz from the short side of the field, so you know on the other side of the field you got a man-to-man. Little arm fighting on both sides, and they won't call that one. Good coverage.
TJ Guy was putting some heat on Altmaier, as you see right there on the follow-through.
That wasn't bad protection. They were outnumbered on that side, and Luke had to get rid of it quick.
2 out of 6 today on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 7. Here they come. Altmaier flushed, throws on the run. It's batted down.
Barham does
by Barham.
Again, Barham just playing the quarterback. It's almost like he's in a zone defense. He's just man-to-man on the quarterback. He's on the outside over here, and he kind of pulls off the play. When he thinks there's going to be a scramble, draws the block, and then he's there for the scrambling Altmaier. Might be a little bit of an adjustment by Wink Martindale saying he's scrambling so much, let's anticipate it.
Mason Graham is a nightmare for quarterbacks.
Believe me, I've seen him before. Personally, too, just like it.
Samaj Morgan waits on the punt from Hugh Robertson. Whoop, that's a fake.
Yep.
And it's Arkin at tight end, and he's rumbling. Tanner Arkin. All the way down to the 15-yard line.
Quarterback played along, or the punter that time. It was almost like Tom Brady jumping up for the snap. Remember how they would play that fake down near the goal line on 2-point plays? This time, watch the fake back here. Ness goes, whoops.
And Arkin goes the other way.
Well-designed play, beautiful. Take a gamble, got a 1st down.
36 yards for the big tight end who had the touchdown catch in the 1st half. He's got the 2 biggest plays of the day so far. Illini 1st and 10 at the 16. Almost a face mask in the middle of the pile by Loffery. Stewart made the stop.
And Josiah Stewart kind of been, we saw him early, but so far, Illini have said, we're going to run the ball. And when they pass it, they're scrambling, basically. They've not been able to get the passing game going the way I thought they would.
Look at the time in opposition territory.
As Brett said to Jenny, we got to put touchdowns on the board. Field goals will not beat Michigan.
This is their 24th play in Michigan's end of the field at the 12-yard line. 2nd down and 6. And Altmyer pulls it and runs it, and he's about a yard shy of the first down.
The zone read keep right here. You can either go to the back, or if you see that defensive end crashing, you can keep it. He's reading this guy right here. He's got his eyes on him the whole time. Puts him in the stomach. Yes, I'm going for it.
Nice opening off that side before Page made the tackle. 3rd down and 1. The way Brett Bielema has been playing, this is maybe 2-down territory right here if they don't get it. Josh McCray, the deep back. They're going to give it to the up man. It is close for Josh McCray.
But his knee went down just before he got the ball to the line. Nice blocking up front. Good job by that line. A little bit of a straight arm that time on Barry. Knee goes down just as the ball is being reached out.
Right there. It is so close. Josh McCray. Big game a week ago with a couple of touchdowns. Would love to add one more here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and goal. Altmyer going to do it himself. Digs down low. And he's in. Touchdown, Illinois.
I wonder if they're going to go for 2 right here to get it into a 14-point game.
Altmyer, no helmet. And if they go for 2, he might not be able to play for the 2-point conversion.
If it comes out on the tackle, he should be able to put it back on.
Well, he lifts the ball and his head's still there. The helmet's in the end zone.
That's it. So he gets to play. Oh, no, they're signaling him out. Now do you go for 2 with your backup quarterback?
That would be Donovan Leary, I guess, who has played some. Again, Altmyer going down low, digs his way into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Comes out without his leather helmet.
So now they're going to look and see if the ball was yanked, the helmet was yanked off.
They said the play's under review, so they'll go under the hood.
Maybe Gene can help us here about what they would be looking for on the helmet.
As he's backing in, getting as low as he can, it's kind of hard to see in there if it was pulled out by a defender or if he just lost his lid en route to the touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like he just lost it. And what is the rule on this? He's into the end zone. I'm pretty sure he's into the end zone. I think that's a touchdown.
He's in by a yard, I think.
The official clearly said he cannot play on the next play.
Gene, what do you think?
Yeah, in the course of a play, naturally, if your helmet comes off, unless your helmet comes off from a foul, then you would have to sit for a play, or they could call timeout and have you come back and play the next down.
The ruling on the field, a touchdown. Stands is called. It is a touchdown. Number 9's helmet did come off during the play. He must remain out for at least 1 play.
Right.
Donovan Leary, brother, we saw play. Devin played NC State.
NC State and Kentucky, yeah.
Kentucky.
Well, I don't know if they've worked out 2-point play with Donovan Leary this week or not, but
Well, you got to trust your backup.
yep. So 2-point attempt. There's his numbers on the season. From the 3-yard line, going for 2. Leary, the play fake, scans the field, lofts it high. I don't know. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They say he got it.
How about that from the backup quarterback? Coming off the bench. taking the quick snap on shotgun and then making it.
They'll be taking a look at this one too. Oh my goodness, how much closer can you get?
And remember, when you're going backward, the whole foot has to come in, not just the toe. The heel has to be in as well. He's going backward. Does he get the heel in?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Wow.
How about faith in your backup quarterback?
That's something.
I wonder what they're paying him.
There's another great look. Zachary Franklin, the 2-point conversion from Donovan Leary, the backup quarterback. It is a 14-point game. And a look at a beautifully thrown ball and the execution of your wide receiver to contort his left ankle perfectly.
Yep, he had one hand on it, and the other hand. Do you have a bobble there? Does he control it before his other foot comes down? I think he does.
And the reaction from Luke Altmaier, who wasn't in on the play, pretty happy for his backup and one of his favorite receivers. So, 2-score game. And Michigan will start at the 25-yard line. CBS tomorrow, Justin Hartley's Coulter Shaw hits the road with guest star Jensen Ackles. A new episode of Tracker. CBS tomorrow after 60 minutes and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Just to kind of re-emphasize again the third down and just how good J.J. McCarthy was a year ago. They were a running team a year ago, so J.J. had to answer those third and longs without a lot of throws. Last year they were third in the FBS at 42%. Now they're one of the worst in the league on third down.
Jack Tuttle on the sideline throw. That's a good one. And it's Hogan Hansen, the freshman tight end.
And that was Jack Tuttle's best throw of the day. Little wheel route coming from the right here, right up the sideline. Kind of a bit of a screen. He knows he has a deep safety. That's the only guy that can cover him. Coming from the middle is Miles Scott. That was a well-designed play.
From our AT&T pylon cam, you see the pickup of 17 on that throw and catch. So a good start to this offensive set for the Wolverines. Mullings trying to break free. Good run. Rosiak and on the stop after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Although Michigan's been moving the ball effectively on the run, especially that last drive, they haven't given up the big run. The longest was Donovan Edwards for 19 yards, and that's the one he fumbled on. So all in all, they've been giving up yardage, but grudgingly.
Donovan Edwards will take Mullings' spot, and now Flair out of the backfield as a receiver.
Well, he's flared way out of the backfield, way down here.
They're going to do an end around here to Morgan. That's going nowhere. Great job by the Illini defense. And Seth Coleman, one of the captains of the defense, holds his edge to make the tackle.
And number 9 is right here in this edge position right there. Sometimes he lines up at the line of scrimmage. Watch how he reacts. He's got to get through a block. He does, and then he comes in and makes the tackle.
Third down and 7.
Here we are again.
Midway point, third quarter. And here we are again, as Gary said.
Third and long, the second worst third and long team in college football. They need one.
Desperately. He's going to try and end around to the tight end this time. And first down run.
Sometimes you think players and not plays. And when you go to that player, Colston Loveland, he's the best player on this football team, and they found a way to get it to him. It counts as a pass, but it really was a run, a sweep to the outside, and Colston comes through.
It's a 9-yard pickup on a pass play and a first down, all important.
I thought that was the second nice call by Kirk Campbell on this drive. The wheel route to the tight end one way, and then coming back on the third and long, helped the quarterback out with an easy call.
And one was to Hansen, the true freshman tight end, the other one to Loveland. Now they fake the pitch and the handoff. Tuttle's going to go to his backup man, Donovan Edwards, a safety valve, and he threw it in the dirt.
That was good defense by Illini right there. They tried to go for the home run ball, well defended.
Michigan at 4-2, the defending national champions. Right now trailing by 14. And reigning national champions with 2+ losses in the first 6 games. There's the list. Not one you want to be part of.
Well, you do get a championship in front of it, though. That's
the good news.
Exactly.
Mullings straight ahead. They're holding on for dear life. Matthew Bailey, who came in leading the team in tackles, was the first guy to wrap around him. Jack Tuttle started slow. He's warmed up a little bit, and they need more of him to be accurate and on time.
And as Coach Moore said to Jenny, he's the guy.
Yep.
Win with him or lose with him.
No Alex Orji today. Thought maybe see a run package with him. Tuttle 2 out of 3 on his 3rd down passing. Clock works its way down. They keep it on the ground to Mullings, and he's got a 1st down run and more. Miles Scott and Matthew Bailey bring him down.
Josh Preeb and Jeff Percy over here. These 2 guys do a good job. Watch. Percy in his 2nd start playing left side. Good job by Preeb. Turns his man out. That was the key block from the left guard.
Mullings putting together another good outing on the ground.
And then back-to-back 3rd down conversions for Michigan.
Both backs are in there. And now Edwards will trot out to become a receiver. They fake it to him, and they go back to the tight end again. And it's Loveland. About a yard shy of the 1st down.
See, if I'm coaching Michigan and I've got that guy, he's getting 10 targets. One way or another, he's getting between 10 or 12, 15 times a game. He's got to get the ball.
I don't know how you give it to him, but just get it to him.
Yeah, one way or another. I mean, again, if you got a player that is better athletically, I mean, this is a guy that could be playing in the NFL. He's that tough of a matchup.
Had 45 catches a year ago, the leading receiver on the season and in this game for Michigan. 2nd down and 2. And Tuttle takes it himself, and he's got a 1st down. Good looking drive. Michigan mixing it up well on offense on this drive.
And this Michigan offensive line is doing a job. This time it's Crippen, the center for Michigan. Watch him get the stalemate just enough. And Hell the D gets a good job. Gentry from the right side folds it down. Everybody. Hogan Hansen, the Michigan offensive line, showing what they've showed in past years. They can run block.
Under 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Donovan Edwards now in the backfield with Tuttle. That's Morgan in motion. They look to him, and now waiting and waiting. Whoa, getting collared. Rosiak collars Tuttle, and that one hurt a little bit, I think.
They were faking the wide receiver screen, and they were going for the wheel route for the touchdown. I thought he could have pumped it in there. Watch right up here. Watch the tight end right in there. If he'd have just thrown it quickly, it's going to be Colt Loveland. Right there, boom. He's got, yeah, he could have got it in there. Could have had it.
At the end of the play, Tuttle takes a hit. He's not the player that's down, but we do have one. And I think it's Dennis Briggs.
I think you're right.
We'll check on Dennis with 3.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, when we come back. On the way into the tent, he was the guy putting the heat on Tuttle on that last play.
Yeah, let's just see if Jack Tuttle had enough time to find Love. He's #1 right here. They're trying to gimmick a fake screen that he hangs with them, and then he comes off of them just as he's opening up, and that's when Briggs puts the pressure on him. You know, first start, a little bit longer, a little more experience. I think he would have hung with that one.
Briggs putting that heat on, ran into his own man, and then was buried under one of the Michigan offensive linemen. Key addition and now a subtraction. He's in the Illinois injury tent. Donovan Edwards getting to the corner, and he's got a 1st down at the 10-yard line.
Watch this Michigan offensive line. This time it's right guard LAD number 58. Watch the job he does coming around. He either has to kick out or log him in. And then Bredson gets his normal block. Successful play.
They're going to have to earn this 1st and goal. It's right at the 10-yard line. As you look behind Donovan Edwards. They fake it to him on the bootleg. Tuttle's in trouble. Got away from one guy. Actually got a couple yards out of the scramble.
Yeah, he saved a good play. You call a play action pass on 1st down. You depend on your veteran quarterback. He's been out 7 years. He's a veteran. If nothing's there, and nothing was, it was pretty well covered by the Illini. No easy throw. You got to save it so it's not a loss, and he did.
That was Kreutz putting the heat on him. 2nd and goal at the 8. Bredesen in motion. Mullings will follow him to maybe the 6 if he's lucky. Good job by the Illini defense to wrap up Kalel Mullings.
Yeah, right now you wonder what Michigan is thinking on 3rd and goal, because Bielema went for the 2-point play to make it a 14-point game. Will Michigan think we got to try to stuff a touchdown in here no matter what?
Michigan's converted a 3rd and 7 and a 3rd and 6 on this drive. This was a 3rd and goal. 3 wide receivers in there for Tuttle. And the all-important tight end, Loveland, on the left side. On the roll, Tuttle trying to sidestep the rush, and down he goes. The ball was out momentarily. He's sacked at the 10-yard line.
Boy, I'll tell you, this Illinois defense passed them off. They wanted to go to Loveland in the flat. Great job of secondary coverage that time. Obviously now with the loss, Michigan goes for the field goal. They're wanting to get Loveland out. But watch this Illini defense pass off the players and cover the tight end of the flat. Beautiful job. Corner passes off to the safety, and they've got Loveland covered on the play.
This will be a 28-yard field goal attempt by Zavoda. From the right hash. And the snap wasn't good. The hold wasn't good. The kick's not good.
Same thing on 2. The Illini do it. Michigan comes back with the same thing. How about that goal line stand for the Illini?
Again, the hold was not very good.
Yeah, that one was on the holder for sure. That's a catchable ball. You're depending on your holder to handle that. It just seems like it really threw off the kicker. He did not trust it, and then it was way, way too low.
I had a chance to cover him, hadn't seen him in a long time. Came into our meeting yesterday, and you said, you look like you're ready to play.
Absolutely.
When he took over the defensive coordinator job from Ryan Walters, who went on to become the head coach at Purdue, he was the youngest DC in the country. And he is full of energy, especially after that stop. So it's still 21-7.
Oh, jeez.
Jason Graham on the stop.
You could just say that almost every time and be like 80% right.
Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, Miles Scott was a Wisconsin Badgers fan growing up in Chicago, and now he said what's really cool is the coaches and players he grew up watching and idolizing at Wisconsin are now his coaches. So Bielema and defensive coordinator Aaron Henry. I asked Henry about that. He said, man, that makes me feel old.
So we've completed 3 quarters, and the 4 fingers come up for the Fighting Illini, who have a 2-touchdown lead at the end of 3. Can they hold on and make it on this 100th anniversary? The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS heading into the 4th quarter, and in between quarters this was the 77-yard dash in honor of Red Grange, who we honor and celebrate today in the rededication of Memorial Stadium, and number 77 in that case. And that was a walkover. That was pretty fast.
Yeah, it seems like it was a setup. I got the guys on the track team.
Yeah, that's the longest run of the day, by the way. 4th quarter. Illinois, 2-touchdown lead with 15 to go. 2nd down and 9. And Tuttle in trouble. Got it across the middle and a 1st down. I beg your pardon, Altmaier.
Watch the subtle move by Luke Altmaier with the rush. Comes in from the outside. Watch him just cleverly just move aside, buy another half second, and deliver a strike. Feels it, doesn't give up on the play, and it's exactly how Wink Martindale said this guy is great when he's out of the progression of the play.
Knew he was going to take a shot, and he delivered it anyway to Pat Bryant for a first down. Not flashy, but with his legs and with throws like that, he's been effective. Back to Josh McCray.
I know you don't think this way if you're a play caller, if you're an Illinois fan or Brett Bielema, but it just feels like if the Illini can put together a 5-6 minute drive and a field goal even, they have major control of the game. Take 6 minutes off, put points on the board, that would make it rough on Michigan.
What really hurt Michigan was going 8 minutes and 49 seconds, and then Ezekiel Holmes blocking that field goal. McCray stays in there. Altmaier sidearm. Whoa, that one could have gone the other way. Knocked down and almost picked up by Quentin Johnson. That's when you think Will Johnson was playing over there. That might be 6 points.
Yeah, coming from the edge that time, Quentin Johnson, number 28, 42. TJ Guy comes inside on inside rush, and then Johnson from the edge saves a big play because of the blitz. That could have been a big gainer if he hadn't knocked it down.
It's going to be a wide out screen to Pat Bryant instead.
Who's been very quiet.
He has. 3rd down and 6. Altmaier sidearms another one, and that's in too far in front of Bryant. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Wink Martindale is going back to his MO. You know, Michigan has been successful rushing with just 4 guys. Not anymore. He says there's too much space. He's been coming after him and forcing that ball out of the quarterback's hands.
Forces a punt by Hugh Robertson. Samaj Morgan stands back inside his own 20. Special teams have not been that special today. Both teams have had a field goal blocked.
Very low one.
Line drive and fielded around the 16-yard line by Morgan.
Very conservative play by Samaj Morgan that time.
Total yardage wise, he's had a good day. Nothing flashy, but effective. And Gary, here it is. Biggest 13 minutes and 20 seconds for both teams right now at the midway point of the season.
Both teams right now are going one big play, and we either can get back in the game, put the pressure on the Illini, or one big play for that Illini defense, and they could put this thing away.
Right. The last drive, almost 9 minutes and no points. They need another one, but they need points at the end of it. Tuttle, scan of the field, pumps once, throws to the sideline, incomplete.
That's a tough throw for Michigan fans right there. Tuttle comes out, he's got an easy pitch and catch. Receiver's 10 yards in front of him. Watch this, throws it right into the ground. That's the one where you're just begging your guy to make this throw. That's an easy one.
He has got a deep windup to his throw.
That hurts him on the run. He does go back. He's got almost like a Randall Cunningham type windup on that one. That's one you really want back.
Donovan Edwards will join the backfield with Mullings. He'll get the carry behind Mullings. Edwards is yet to break one today. Takes a late hit.
15 yards.
Going to be on Matthew Bailey.
Yep. And he knew it too. You're coming up, you're all fired up, you want to make the big play, and then you're just too late.
That's too far out of bounds.
Yep. There's nobody even arguing on the Illini bench.
Personal foul, late hit. Defense number 7. The 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. It's an automatic first down.
So that's a big one against the Illini.
Yeah, and that gives this a little bit of relaxation if you're calling plays for Michigan now. You know, they've been hiding Tuttle a little bit here, Jay. Maybe get him easy throw, pitches, tight ends into the flat. Do they have to say, Jack, we can't hide you anymore. We got to throw some pocket passes and you got to come through.
Loveland's in, connected on the left side, the tight end. 2 wideouts to Tuttle's right on first and 10. Off of play action. He's got plenty of time. Again, he throws late. He goes to Mullins, his safety valve, who got about 8. CBS Sports Network brings you some Friday night football. Heisman frontrunner Ashton Yente and number 15 Boise State taking on UNLV's Rebels in a rematch of last year's Mountain West Championship game. Rich Waltz, Robert Turbin, Tiffany Blackman will have the call. That'll be a good one. So again, he looked long, came back to the near side for an 8-yard pickup. Second down and short. And they get the first down. And Mullings still going. Mullings maybe heading to another 100-yard gain.
Yeah, and if you're Kirk Campbell right now, if you cross the 50-yard line, you're thinking 4 down calls. On first down right now, you know you've got 4 downs to make a first down. No more field goal tries. Unless you lose a lot of yardage, you have to go for it on 4th down.
This is the first time Kirk's been on the sideline. The offensive coordinator, normally in the booth.
Yeah, new quarterback, that always helps to be able to
look him in the eye.
Guy. Yep.
Back in Illini territory at the 47 with a first down. Tuttle, pressure coming, down he goes. It's Briggs who went out earlier, shaken up, and now he's shaking things up.
He's going to roll right and try to get that ball outside, but then he gets pressure and has to fade away from it. Right in his face. Briggs, who limped off, wasn't limping on that play.
Nope. 6th-year player, came from Florida State. And he's applied some good pressure. 3rd sack of the year for him. Tuttle again flushed out of the pocket. Running out of real estate. Throws late, and Loveland catches it, but was he out of bounds? They're going to give it to him.
Oh, I don't know. Was that the correct spot?
I didn't even think it was. I thought
40,
it was.
I thought it was
3 yards back.
So did I. Let's see if that's. Let's see where he went out of bounds.
Let's see tightrope the sideline that I didn't see.
It's right on the yard line. They gave him way. They're going to have to move this ball back.
That's 2 yards short, isn't it? At least.
Yeah, they're missed the spot by 2 or 3 yards. Come on, replay. That's a big difference.
Okay, finally.
All right, there they go. The ball will go back to the 50-yard line.
Now we take another look at the play from.
Now let's make sure he was in.
On the previous play was catch. Illinois has elected to challenge the call. The play is under further review.
He's 4 yards short.
Yes.
Isn't he?
But it's short of the down marker, not the first down. They still got 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 14.
Yep, I would say 3rd. Gene, you with us?
Yeah, sure am, Brad. And I think Gary's right on it. I think it's a great catch. His left foot is down, left toe down with possession. So I think they're going to lose this challenge as it relates to completion, incompletion. But remember, once they get into review, they can review all aspects
Gene,
of this play.
This is my big pet peeve, though. You're a coach.
Yes.
You know you're right that they were short, and you're waiting for that replay official, and he doesn't do anything. You just can't sit there and not take time out. So because he said the wrong thing, he's still going to lose a timeout here?
I don't think he'll lose a timeout, Gary, if they change an aspect of this play.
Okay.
So he may lose this challenge, right, as it relates to the catch. But they are going to change an aspect of this play and where they place this football. And I think that would allow him to not lose this challenge because you're going to change an aspect of the play, even though what you challenged is not correct.
Okay, great. That's what I was trying to get clear.
So
I mean, if you're stuck
But
as a
you're
head
right
coach,
in saying, too, Gary, I think as well, you know, when you're in that moment where replay initiates a lot of reviews, this isn't always just the formal another, you know, at another level maybe where coach has to challenge or review. You have the ability in college to have replay come down all the time and kind of stop the game.
A little
so now
surprising.
you are.
The 49.5-yard line where it will be 4th down.
One last thing, Gene, I'm just surprised that it was missed so badly by the crew on the field. It seemed like the officials to that side would have looked the other side to get some help on the play.
with 100% correct. That's where you need cross-field mechanics for the official that's 54 yards away that's looking right down it to be there to give the right spot to the officials that are covering the catch.
They could have asked me. I'm not an official.
Yeah,
but they could have
exactly.
asked me.
We knew it. I still even think the ball should have been on the other side of the 50-yard line, but it's better than it was.
Now they have said that it's 4th down. We have 3rd down.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's 3rd down and 13. Our referee had said 4th down. It is 3rd down. Well, there's 5 minutes of our life we'll never get back.
Well, it was an important 3 yards in my mind, so let's see what happens here. Got that bear look up front.
We're not quite ready yet. Fans are getting restless.
I
here.
wonder if they're going to move the football to the other side of the 50. They did. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We've got it straight.
Last time, remember, they dropped in this bear look to the outside. Same look.
Tuttle. Plenty of time to scan the field. Throws. Got his man. They're going to get a 1st down to Samaj Morgan.
Boy, that only a 3-man rush for Illinois. They dropped both defensive ends. Gave Tuttle a long time to allow Morgan to cross the whole field and get to the other side. Watch this. Only 3 rushers. Wow. Surprising play for the Illini to give Tuttle all that time to scan the field.
Needed 13. They got 14. And Brett Bielema was going, oh, boy. So 1st down. Tuttle, pressure coming. Down he goes. And it's Akis again.
Beautiful game that time by that front defensive line. Akis comes swinging around from the outside right up the middle.
Junior from Port St. Lucie, Florida, coming in a hurry.
Design play to allow your rush in. The 2 guys take out the blockers, and you come right over the center.
And a loss of 8. Another long yardage situation coming up. 2nd down and 18. 4 sacks today for the Illini. There's a bounce and a pass that's stuffed down, incomplete.
So he had Donovan Edwards. I think it was Edwards, or was it Khalil Mullins, number 20, that was running that route. Had him open to the inside, but yes, it was Mullins. Watch him get open to the inside, but he throws it too early. Gets it knocked down, did not have a chance for it.
Knocked down by Ezekiel Holmes, who blocked the field goal earlier this quarter.
I bet they don't rush 3 this time.
They picked up 14 on a 3rd and 13. They've got more to chew on here. 3rd down and 18. Tuttle going deep, and it hits incomplete. Coverage was Matthew Bailey on Loveland, the tight end.
It was good coverage. It would have taken a perfect throw. Loveland only almost came up with it, but now with 9 minutes to go, what do you do if you're Michigan? I think they're going to go for it.
They will. They got to get all the way to the 26-yard line for a 1st down. The Illini fans hoping their team can snap a 6-game losing streak against the Wolverines from Ann Arbor.
Again, I don't think it's going to be a 3-man rush.
They've got 5 of them lined up.
Bring 6.
They're all coming. They're bringing 6. Tuttle, deep ball, and caught.
Play.
Loveland again.
Think players, not plays. Loveland, good coverage on the play. A great throw. Loveland's just going to go down on the seam right here.
And he used all 6.5 of this to get 29 yards on a 3rd and a mile.
Almost a switch seam route. Instead of playing 4 vertical where everybody goes inside, they crossed their releases and got the play. What a play by Loveland. Good protection, 6-man rush, and delivered. That kept him in the ball game.
It sure did. Aaron Henry, the defensive coordinator, said when he goes out, it's usually number 7 Bailey that's going to be with him. He had decent coverage, but the throw was nice. Tuttle going there again. One too many times. Picked off by Bailey. Coming back the other way, he's got blockers. And he was picked on the first time. This time it's a pickoff.
Tuttle never saw Bailey on the play. He lined up as a middle linebacker, but he had the tight end. Watch where he goes to make the play. He's lined up right here, but he actually gets under the play. He thinks that Bailey is going to play in the middle of the field. He takes him on the wheel route and cuts him off and makes the play. Tuttle thinks he's got an easy one for a touchdown. Never sees number 7.
First interception of the year for Bailey. A huge one for Illinois. It could be a contender. It was Matthew Bailey's interception just moments ago to give the ball back and thwart another Michigan drive. They went 69 yards that time in 12 plays. They went 65 yards in 15 plays before that. Gary, they used about 14.5 minutes off the clock, and they had nothing to show for it.
Almost a quarter of the game. They had the ball for no points.
And now less than 8 to play.
And a penalty. Going to back up 5 yards.
False start on the Illini.
False start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. First down.
They'll make you rub your forehead.
Watch Bailey again. He's got Loveland. He's got a man-to-man. But Jack Tuttle is looking downfield. He thinks the safeties are going to be the guy. You see his eyes are downfield. He never picks up the linebacker. He thinks he's got a touchdown throw, but no.
Twelve turnovers career-wise today, including a fumble and that pick. Lafrey only got about a yard. And right now the clock is in Illinois' favor with a 2-touchdown lead.
It is, but you just don't want to run the ball up the middle and give him the ball back. 14 points, yes, but put a touchdown on the board and all of a sudden it gets real nervous here in Memorial Stadium.
3 wideouts this time on 2nd down and 14. If they decide to pass.
They're milking the clock already, staying in the huddle, breaking late.
First they started with tempo at the beginning. Now they're slowing everything down.
I wouldn't have minded, being conservative, but the penalty really changes the dynamic.
That's why Brett Bielema was rubbing his brow over there on the sideline. Lafrey again, and only a yard. 3rd down and 13 coming up. But it'll work its way under 7 minutes. Two wins already over ranked teams, Kansas and Nebraska. And trying to make number 24 Michigan their 3rd ranked victim. Trying to snap a 6-game losing streak against the Maize and Blue.
I have to say the Illini have been battle tested at Nebraska, Penn State, Kansas, a big game. They have played tough competition.
Third down and 13. They wind the clock all the way down to the final tick. And now
quarterback drew all the way. It wasn't a pass.
It's going to be a sack instead.
Comes out, it looks like pass, but it is not a pass. Get it, run all the way, runs right into it. There's number 55 again.
Mason Graham in a stand-up spot that time instead of down in the stance. Forces the punt, but again, they use some clock. Not a lot, but it's under 6 minutes. Samaj Morgan waiting on the punt. Robertson.
He's got to return this one. Can't fair catch this one.
He'll take it at the 39. And he broke a tackle and cut to the outside. And got a nice return. So Gary called it. He took it. And that's going to give Michigan good field position in Illini territory. 5:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. And Morgan, a nifty return, gives Michigan and their offense life when we come back.
This thing's in the
Army both rolling. And look who's undefeated. They both are. Tuttle throwing a crossing route. Got it to the 40 to Walker. Hit immediately as he made the catch by Seth Coleman. Still to come, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ share their insights on this one and bring you the day's best highlights on the U.S. Army postgame show as we're winding down near the 5-minute mark here, fourth quarter. Jack Tuttle throws low. It's caught, but had he put it out in front of Loveland, he may be able to get a first down. Third and short. Third and 1. Donovan Edwards didn't get there, I don't think.
And I'll tell you, every play, every stop, every tackle that doesn't get a first down takes another 25 seconds off the clock.
Yep. Matthew Bailey's having himself a game.
Yeah, the difference of getting a half yard there or a yard for a first down, even if Michigan picks it up, burns 30 seconds off the clock.
Number 7 firing up the crowd. He's done that with his play, much less his cheerleading. Michigan's 2 for 2 on fourth down. They got another here. 4th and a yard. They're going to be in the shotgun. Mullins got it, but not by much. Last 2 drives, this is what we were talking about. 27 plays, no points to show for it, and basically over 15 minutes of time of possession.
It's because Michigan substitutes that allows the Illini to late substitute
There goes
and
that
buy
clock.
10 more seconds.
They get it snapped at 3:35. 4-man rush. Tuttle is going down again. Just couldn't handle that edge of Gabe Akis, who's been a pain
And that
in
hurt
Michigan's
Michigan.
backside.
Excuse me. Ness, that's going to force Michigan to take a timeout. And those timeouts, if they score, are very valuable right now.
Number 17 coming off the edge and just too much for the left tackle. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back at Memorial Stadium, where the place is rocking right now with 3.5 minutes to play. 2nd down and 17 for Michigan. They need a touchdown badly.
They line in with that signature defense at deep safety, about 22 yards deep.
Tuttle steps up, throws short and way behind his intended receiver, Kendrick Bell.
Same thing coming out from the bottom right over here, forcing him to the outside. Decent protection, but he can feel it as he tosses away Percy on the play, and then, as Ness called it, not accurate enough. See how Altmaier gets those throws in when he gets out of the pocket? Jack has not been able to do it well enough so far.
3rd down and 17 again. 4-man rush. Tuttle down the middle behind his man again. Probably
Bad
catchable.
throw. Yep. Now this will be interesting. 4th and very long. What does Aaron Henry, or if Brett is in his ear, what do they call on defense here?
There's Aaron. And again, that would have one-handed catch if at all.
Yeah, I would like him to bring 4 and try to set in a zone here. Has the look of just 3.
Remember, they did convert a 4th and 18. That was to Loveland. This is 4th and 17. Maybe the last time they'll touch the ball if they don't pick it up. And it's high, it's tipped, it's incomplete. Samaj Morgan, the intended receiver.
It felt like the Michigan quarterback missed 3 key throws. not even catchable balls. Story really of the game. They were able to protect him for a lot with short passes, but when he needed the big throw, he would have been caught, I would have to say. If the Michigan receiver could make a play for a struggling quarterback. Could you make that? No, that was too high.
No, he's not the largest wide receiver in the world either. Not that that would have mattered, but
no, that wasn't a good enough throw. Can't blame that one on Morgan on that play.
so the Illini take over on offense with 3:14 remaining. Josh McCray behind Luke Altmaier. See if they try to grind it here. Lost his balance a little bit, but got a great gain out of it, actually.
Yeah, that was a grind right there.
Next Saturday at 3:30, another big-time matchup out west. The Fighting Illini going on the road against Dylan Gabriel and the second-ranked Oregon Ducks. Our guys will get you caught up on all the action from around the country starting at 2:30 on CBS College Football Kickoff presented by Honda and State Farm College Football today right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. And how much bigger can you get than if this holds up?
Right.
Illinois is going to be 6-1 and Oregon will be waiting at home 7-0. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, when you look at a game like this, one lesson Coach Bielema learned from his relationship with former Wisconsin coach Barry Alvarez: you do not get ready for a team like Michigan in 1 week. You do it 365 days a year. Guys, I think it's clear this team has bought into that message.
And now they just got 3:08, and then they can get ready for Oregon. And a matchup of an Illinois team that'll probably be in the top 15, and Oregon will be waiting there at number 2. And Brett, as a player, assistant, as a head coach, did really well against Michigan. Now, this would be a feather in his 4th-year cap if this holds up. And look at this, run by Josh McCray. And his offensive line, pushing him from in front and behind.
I think you were right on the first one. That was a lot of McCray, a little offensive line, but McCray just ran right through that tackle and then a push at the end. Boom.
Now that's the biggest run of the day for number 6.
Just to follow up on this Illini team, they'll be the only team in the FBS that will play 5 ranked teams before November.
This will be their 3rd win against a ranked, if in the next 2 minutes and 25 seconds nothing crazy happens. McCray again. And right now Michigan's getting sick of him.
Yeah,
you know, you got to feel good for Josh McCray. He's missed almost all of the last 2 seasons with injuries, and here he is right now with maybe his best performance of the year so far when they need him most. At Memorial Stadium.
How about this Michigan team with this? They've been in the top 25 for 54 weeks, which is 4th best in the FBS, behind Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State. With this loss, they'll drop out of the top 25 for the first time in 54 weeks.
And they'll fall to 4-3 and 2-2 in Big Ten play.
And that's one more thing about Michigan. It's not over. They're still going to have to play Michigan State next week, the rival, then Oregon, then at IU, which used to be a layup, no longer a layup.
Nope.
And then, of course, finish up at the end with Ohio State.
And we worked our way to the 2-minute timeout. The Illini will have a 3rd down and 6 to try to ice things when we come back.
Illinois just run the ball, take 5 seconds for the play, 40 seconds on the play clock. Michigan, if they get the ball back, they'll get it with like 110, 115 in the game.
Least amount of points scored by Michigan in 10 years. Josh McCray, the deep setback. Altmaier under center on 3rd down and 6. And Illinois is going to take a timeout. I don't know if they thought the clock was running.
No, they knew it was a 2-minute warning. I think they were just looking to say, what are they lined up in? We don't want to run a play that is dangerous. You know, I mean, listen, Illinois doesn't fumble, or if they don't get a kick block or an onside kick, this thing's over.
Some news and notes around college football. Georgia didn't travel. Uga didn't travel to Austin. Didn't want to get in a fight with Bevo, I guess. 12 men on the field penalty changed by the NCAA this week. You talked to Steve Shaw about that whole thing.
Yep, they're going to go with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I think that's a good rule. The team cannot be helped by getting a penalty, in my mind.
In Indiana, you can't say anything but amazement at a 7-0 start for Indiana this year. Now the clock will start to wind. Josh McQuay and Tanner Arkin actually ran into each other. But Michigan is out of timeouts.
Michigan gets the ball right about 115, 110. Of course, a block punt would be, or a punt return here.
So all Hugh Robertson wants to do is get this thing out of there.
Yes.
And hope that Samaj Morgan, who had a nice return last time, a 19-yard return on a 46-yard kick, that he doesn't do something bigger.
Snap, catch, one-step punt.
Samaj back inside his own 10. And they take it all the way down, and they'll take the penalty.
Delay game. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. 4th down. Please reset the game clock to 110. 110.
So they put 6 seconds back on. Matthew Bailey, one of the many stars of this one. His interception might be the deal sealer. We still have 1:10 to play, but Michigan's out of timeouts. You look behind Hugh Robertson. Catch and kick.
Please reset the game clock to 114. 114.
And now they're going to put 4 more seconds back on the clock. We might never get this punt off.
Yeah, right about. Get the ball 110, right in there, 115, I thought. Maybe a little less.
A little snap.
Michigan's going for the return.
This one's going to bounce inside the 10-yard line. And down at the 9. 12th time inside the 20 for Hugh Robertson. Did his job. And now there's 1:02 left. Now here we are recreating and rededicating the stadium, Memorial Stadium, the 100th year anniversary of Red Grange putting on a show for the ages with 6 touchdowns in a win that snapped Michigan's 20-game unbeaten streak. And now Illinois is trying to do it 100 years later and snap a 6-game Michigan winning streak in this series. It's been 98 games long. The last win for the Illini was 2009 against these guys. And they're just a minute away from one here.
And it was the same story that haunted Michigan in the Texas game, turnovers.
Yep. And the lack of a passing game, at least compared to what they used to have.
Good point.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 68. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. It is 2nd down.
And that's the last thing they needed was an unsportsmanlike unnecessary roughness penalty on Josh Freed. And now they're going to back it up inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line again.
It's a 15-yard penalty, but it's from the end of the play, so you couldn't give them all 15, so it's half the distance.
Tuttle at his own goal line throws on a crossing route and completes it. Got it to Marion Walker.
It was a nice catch. He reached back and caught that one, I think, one-handed on his hip.
4-man rush down the middle. There's a strike. Could have used a few of those a little bit earlier.
Yeah, right now, Eli and I are sitting back in zone, giving them those completions, just taking time off the clock.
20-yard pickup that time. First down, but only 32 seconds remaining. And now under a half minute. Low snap. Tuttle handles it, gets rid of it in a hurry, and a nice catch again. This guy
didn't get out of bounds, though.
Hansen again. They might only get one more snap. Now the crowd coming to life, feeling it. Under 10 to play. Tuttle throwing on the run, got it complete. Got to get out of bounds. I don't think he did, and it doesn't really matter. Luke Altmaier at Illinois with a win at home to snap the Michigan 6-game winning streak in this series, 21-7. And here come the fans.
How about this building job for Brett Bielema? Grew up under Hayden Fry, Bill Snyder, Barry Alvarez, became a head coach, and then under Bill Belichick, and he's brought that to Illinois.
And they are 6-1 and 3-1, and they are very much in the thick of the Big Ten race with a date with Oregon in Eugene next week.